Hello, my name is Arlie and this is Arlie Tarot, and today we are looking into May and mainly advice for May. I think I'm gonna do another video or a couple more videos regarding the month of May because for some reason it feels very transformative, but right now I'm just gonna touch upon advice. And we have 3 piles. We're just gonna get right into it. The energy is just very focused, very like ready to go. Pile number 1, your option is a fluoride little snail, and it reminds me of the snail that's in the traditional 9 of Pentacles card. So that is really interesting that that image is coming straight to my mind. All right, pile 2, you have the amethyst mushroom. All right, would you focus? All right, it focused enough. And then pile 3, you have the okay, the Herkimer diamond. This is the second or third time that I dropped this, by the way. Interesting. Okay, all right, so yeah, go ahead and pick your piles, pretty please, and I'll see you in your readings. I'm going to start with pile 1. Hello, pile 1. So if you guys picked the fluoride snail, this is going to be your reading. All right, I'm gonna put you a little dude over here since we have tiny crystals today. They're all just gonna be lined up on there. So I have oracles that I've pre-shuffled, and then I have a new tarot deck, the Cosmic Tarot. Oh, upside down. Oh, boobies. Yeah, it has. There's 3 cards on here that have kind of like nudity. What is that? They have like, you know, a little bit of boobies showing. So I would have to cover those up. But yeah, this is the back of the deck. It's beautiful. We love her. And we're going to use the deck if we feel the need to. And if not, we won't. So let's get into your reading. Let's see what advice you have waiting for you for the month of May. Pile 1. Something about communication might be significant here. A moth or seeing a moth could be significant. I'm hearing if you see a moth, there's a message coming your way. And I'm also hearing you won't know who it's from until you get it. Like it's not something that you can like predict for some reason is what I'm getting. All right. Galactic Eye. Okay. Oh, you know what's interesting? The card feels heavy. And it's not heavy. It's 1 card. But it's like there's a density to this. Galactic Eye, Divine Protection. Wow. Okay. All right, so that message thing now makes sense with this as well. They're saying, remember that rejection is protection, but also the things that you want to reject are you protecting as well. Like whatever you feel guided to like be like, no, absolutely not. I don't want to deal with that. 333 could be significant because I just saw it. Yeah, they're saying you have a clear vision about something. It's not just the galactic eye. What's the word that I want to use? The galactic eye looking out for you. It's more of like you yourself are behind that eye as well. You are the watcher, if you will, and the doer in your life in May. And from both angles, right? As you do, you're protecting yourself. And as like maybe your higher self is really who's speaking here. As from a higher perspective, you also are protecting yourself. A win-win outcome is forecast. Wow, full moon in Libra. All right. I just heard like very clearly to be just and fair, but like in the tone of like, you know, someone's asking you, you know, like obviously this is the right thing to do, right? And then you're just pondering and you're like, yeah, to be just and to be fair, and then so on and so forth. Maybe someone's asking you for advice That's so interesting because I'm supposed to be giving you advice here. Okay, but some of you could be you could be guided to give advice in May, and they're saying, I think you're coming from a good place. You're coming from a place of having a certain vision. So maybe it's about like you seeing clearly through the veil of like confusion that happens every day amongst like everyone really who is trying to like make a decision, or quite literally the decision could be as simple as do I go out today or tomorrow, or do I go out with this person, that person? It's something, it doesn't even have to be life changing, but they're saying it's, if someone comes your way and asks for advice, it's always good to exercise that muscle from a place of like, I want to say like tapping in. And it feels, and I also think it's like how I'm experiencing that, which is not how you usually do, meaning I would never think, and let me explain myself. I'm like thinking, yeah, I can give someone advice about that, but that's silly, or like seeing it as like it's not important. I don't see things that way at all, even if someone is coming to me about, and whether this is like providing a service of like a tarot reading or an oracle reading or energy reading, whatever it is, or just a friend, right? I never view anybody asking me for advice as silly. And I'm not saying that that's your approach. Ooh, okay. There is, because you are just and fair, right? There is something here about maybe certain people that you're slowly but surely kind of like deviating from, and you're noticing yourself not seeing eye to eye, pun intended over here, but yeah, with them anymore. And that might be because you're perceiving how they perceive you, right? And they might think, you know, you're living your silly little life in a you know, just and fair way, and it might be like, you know, they might think, oh, they're a pushover, they're a people pleaser, this, that, the other. I don't know. There's something about that. And what I'm getting is you're gonna see right through them. They cannot hide behind the mask of like, you know, like simple pleasantries anymore. And they're saying, your guys are saying, regardless of how this works out, you know, karma wise and in the 3D sense, it'll all be a win-win. So regardless of what happens here, you're winning, and that person, even if you kind of like I said, separate from them, they're also winning, because they'll be set on their path and you are set on yours. Oh, look at that, cosmic again. Okay, cosmic tarot, cosmic heart. Definitely have to use the deck now, but devotion, potency, make your life a moving prayer. Yes, okay, exactly. In May, your guides, and especially your higher self, really wants you to literally make everything about your life a moving prayer, meaning the silliest of things or the most insignificant of things that happen to you, you can celebrate them and you can experience them openly as big as you want, and celebrate as big as you want, even if they're like trivial things, you know. It's okay to see your life through a sense of wonder, right? And don't, because you're an empath, or in general you perceive how other people are also kind of experiencing you, that's when you might pick up on like this falsehood kind of friendships that are around you. But they're saying, take it as like, honestly, a resounding like confirmation that you're doing you, and it doesn't matter how you are perceived or not, or received or experienced from the other side. As long as you're being right, fair and just with yourself, with others, who cares how you are perceived or being experienced, or what people think might be silly or not silly or whatever about you. Yes, okay, perfect. The reason why they want you to practice this is because, I'm not even gonna read this yet, give me a second, is because this is how you get to where you're meant to be. This is like a kaleidoscope, right? But what I'm seeing, it's like There's so many versions of you trying to align to a specific picture, and it's here too. That's very interesting. I am a limitless being, and I can manifest whatever I desire into my physical reality. Exactly. So let me give you a very practical kind of example, I guess. To people who think that you celebrating little wins or whatever, again, seems trivial to them is kind of magical and you experience it in a very big way, those people are the same people who would say, trying to be, I don't know, a Reiki healer and be famous and be super, like, I don't know, abundant because of it is kind of silly. Get something, do something practical with your life. That would be, you know what I mean? Like, and again, nothing against those people and nothing against the people who want to pursue something spiritual or different. But the thing is that they're both seeing it from a way where they see it through their lens and through their experience. So for you, maybe abundance means, you know, having your needs met and also being able to like pursue certain passions that don't have to necessarily have to do with you making a lot of profit as it like pertains into our 3D reality. Whereas other people, the people that I'm picking up here, and I say people, it could be one person, but it feels like a couple of people. It may be different aspects of your life. It doesn't have, maybe this a co-worker, and then on the other side is like a friend, and then the other side is like a sister, a brother, a mother, a father. You know, like it's very jumbled, or it could be from every like demographic of your life. They might be like, no, if you're not making money, if you're not making ends meet, or if you're not making at least, if you invest $200 into your business and you're not getting at least, you know, 1,000 back, it's not worth it, or you're not you're not abundant or something like that. And the thing is, like, I feel like you, again, you go back into, the advice is go back into your center, go back into that Libra energy and balance the fuck out of that, okay? And also being a full moon, they want you to transmute the energy, kind of cleanse it, use it as like a fire, maybe in a fiery sense. And the month of May does carry fire and earth in it. So, okay. Yeah, they just want you to like be like, no, actually, I'm gonna stick to my guns and stick to the things that I find that light me up, that make my life a moving prayer, that make me abundant, that make me feel like it. It doesn't have to mean that I am going to be abundant in everyone's eye, because everyone's experience is different again. So like, since you come from that place and that mentality, they want you to just keep exercising that. And the reason why you're exercising that is because that is literally where your abundance and your limitless potential is. And believing wholeheartedly, there's like a lot of faith that you carry within you. That's why you're very, very protected. I'm actually gonna read, I'm gonna keep going, but I'm gonna read about that card for a second because it feels important now. So, all right, for the element, it is spirit with eternal, and it is the soul star chakra with soul memory. Okay, number 8. Galactic eye, divine protection. An all-seeing eye watches over you. It peers through the heavens and has seen your life unfold. You're being guided to watch over, you're being guided and watched over by beings of other realms. Even if the world seems against you, spirit has your back. You are safe and cherished. As a spirit guide, the galactic eye keeps you protected when you walk your destined path. Any rejection is divine protection. I mean, protection, sacred path, spirit guides, higher realms, omnipresence. I feel like that's literally your kind of like your higher self saying, hello, I am here. I am omnipresent in your life. And you are just meant to, moving forward in May, maybe try it for 31 days, okay? Believe, be delusional, and it's not even delusional, just be trusting and have faith that everything is working out, and you'll see it happen. And I don't think this is coming from a place of like you completely doing a 180 and saying, yeah, I'm just gonna do these affirmations and believe this every day. No, it's been happening slowly. It's trickling into your life. They're saying you're gonna get opportunities. The position that I was feeling from these people, it's not even a position. It's just them perceiving you as like I said, like silly, but and not in a malicious way either. It's more of like, oh, they're a dreamer, you know, she's a dreamer, he's a dreamer kind of thing, but also kind of like laughing it off and being like, oh, that's a little silly or whatever. But that is the opportunity for you to like buckle down, double down on your choices, because you feel like they are the right ones, and your higher self is saying, if it feels like it is, then it is. Okay, don't second guess yourself on this. What the fuck? I don't see these before I do the reading, and the word of position just came to me right now, because I was like, yeah, I kind of see how that's the word, but I couldn't pull it out before. In confrontation. Okay, if this opposition also comes, I feel like if for some of you, okay, if it comes from a family member, you will have a moment where there's going to be a little bit of a clash here. Some words might be spoken. The fact that it's 53 and that's an 8, so we have 8, 8. 8s are also about abundance, and abundance is also here. But okay, yeah, the opposition, like I said, is an opportunity for you to flourish yet again, okay? For you to exercise your growth, your healed kind of mentality around abundance, more than likely, or around your life in general. And moonstone with 18 makes me think of the moon. Moonstone, okay. There's a full moon on the 12th. Maybe that full moon in May is going to be significant for you. All right, let's get a little bit of tarot, but I think we got our message. But I mean, this deck does want to be in the readings, so I'm going to respect that. I think I'm going to ask about abundance a little bit more. What is this about? Like, in what kind of way is it affecting your life? 8 of Swords. Interesting. And the 6 of Swords. Wow, a lot of air energy here. So maybe during Gemini season, the abundance that's coming in is, I mean, I get it. It's going from a place of honestly not knowing who's who in your life, kind of, to having like the clarity. Also, something about health is coming through because of this right here, this symbol. And I don't know what the symbol is, but you know, like we see it on ambulances and stuff like that all the time. The snakes coiled makes me think of also Kundalini. It's interesting that we have a wand here in the 6 of Swords. But you see how like there's staticky energy here, but here is just clear. Exactly, it's like this is clearing away the confusion. Okay, abundance when it comes to mental clarity. Oh my God, look at the bottom. 4 of Wands, the same thing. Look at that. All right, so you're setting a new foundation, and it even like, I want you to see this because this is insane. This deck is very, very, very interesting. And the imagery alone, do you see how this completes this here? All right, so the abundance is around how quickly you are able to decipher things that before used to like quite literally give you anxiety, maybe confuse you. You were not like understanding people's motives, people's actual like, what is it, approach to you. Or maybe you were, but it was like putting you in a state of like, okay, well, like what do I do now? This feels like not harmonious. And then the clarity comes in of like, oh, you don't need to be harmonious with anybody else but yourself. What do you want to do, Pawan? The foundation's here. It's I think you've been cultivating it, because that's what I meant by this is not something new to you. But this abundance that's coming in might be a little bit of like a little bit of like a wish fulfillment. A whirlwind is really what the word that I got. 9 of Wands. There's that snake again. Yeah, I think you've put your passions not necessarily in the back burner per se. And I like how the 4 of Wands is over here, because it leads me to think that what you are putting behind you is, because quite literally the 5 of Wands is about opposition, like standing your ground. So it's about choosing yourself again and again now. And that's how we get to, because this is the wounded warrior. But here, the only thing that I feel like is wounded is a little bit of pride. And it might be pride in other people. Because maybe believing or like downplaying what you want to do, right? It's how someone else felt better about their situation or their lack of like pursuing their passions. But at the same time, it's like you're also inspiration. So it's like very triggering. That's really interesting that we're still picking up on this. I don't know why that wants to be like in your reading here, but it has to be significant for some of you. And please don't take it if it doesn't resonate, okay? All right. Let me ask about Moonstone. And then I'm going to read from the book probably for you. 10 of Cups. Perfect. Yeah. The moon wants to work with you. Mainly because it wants... Oh, King of Cups at the bottom. Yeah. It wants to give you like... Oh, Cancer season could also be significant moving up here. Yeah. The moon wants to work with you to give you like that emotional fulfillment. Or like that emotional clearing that you need. Right, quite literally from May 1st to May 12th until we get the full moon, things could be like building up and like bubbling up is what I'm getting. That's really interesting. All right, let's read about Moonstone. I am calm. Yeah, this is what the moon wants to do. Number 33 at the bottom here, so that could also be significant for some of you. All right. Excuse me, I got the hiccups all of a sudden. Give me a second. Okay. Like a lighthouse leading a boat safely to shore, which is usually what the 6 of Swords is like. It's 3 people on a boat heading safely somewhere because they're coming from the turmoil of the 5 of Swords. That's really interesting. All right. Moonstone glimmers. I'm sorry. Moonstone glitters and lights the way to your newest adventure. You are growing into the person you were meant to be, and it is beautiful, and it's a beautiful sight to see. Wow. Take a moment to honor yourself and all that you have witnessed thus far. While the process is not complete yet, the progress that you have made has prepared you for what is next to come. Take a deep breath and let Moonstone fill you with relief and ease. There is no need to stress. The universe has your back. Second time around that we're like, we got your back, part 1. So let's not worry about anything but your passions and the things that you want to do in this life, because it is being supported wholeheartedly in May, okay? It's being supported, cared for, maneuvered, woven into reality, kind of like manifested, protected. Oh, it's very beautiful. Very transformative month for you here. But like I said, you've been feeling this already. So it's kind of like a full circle moment, if you will. All right. Thank you so much, Pawan, for trusting me to read for you. I love how your message was very, very clear, precise, to the point. Also, your spirit guides and your higher self are very easy to talk to. So I completely understand why that was so easy. Yeah, thank you so much for trusting me. And I hope to see you in other readings in the future. I hope you have an amazing May. Bye-bye. part 2. Sorry, I was like in the middle of yawning, and then I wanted to say hello part 2 for some reason. All right, so if you picked the amethyst, for some reason I wanted to say a word that I don't even know what word it was, but it's a mushroom. Oh my goodness. All right, this is going to be a reading part 2. Let me just do my thing over here and cleanse a little bit, because I have to, like, I guess, refocus for you here. Give me 1 second. I also light some incense to help us. Yeah, I think this is a good idea. All right. Part 2. Maybe there's some energy cleansing that you need to do, part 2, while I connect with your energy here. Let me see what I can channel for you. But yeah, there's something about clearing your space, spring cleaning, quite literally. Okay, literally, like your space needs to be cleaned, and I don't mean that it's dirty or anything like that. I am seeing some clutter, or maybe there's clutter in the mind or in the energy of your house or your person, and it needs to be cleansed in the sense of, like, maybe you want to try some feng shui, or yeah, like moving. For some reason, the feng shui thing of moving 9 things around, just 9 things to, like, clear some energy up, is significant here. Okay, look that up. Don't take my word for it. I only know what I can retain from, like, little things that I read here and there, or I see, and then, like, they just come up whenever I'm channeling. Okay, but yeah, some of you might be already looking into that, is what I'm hearing as well. So I mean, good for you. You're already ahead of schedule, of course. It makes sense with your energy. I'm sorry, I'm like fidgeting to put this on a holder. Hold on. There's something about your energy about, like, premonition, or like just an inner knowing of things is significant. Also, the number 27 could be significant for you, because I just saw it. 27 right now. Okay, all right. Let's get into your reading, part 2. Advice for May. Ooh, yeah, okay, yeah, of course. She's looking into a crystal ball because she's a witch. All right, witch. And I heard that in the whole trend of, like, you know how people dress, like, what is it, the pilgrims, and then they're like, hold this for me for a second, and then they go like, witch. You know, that's how I saw it. But call to practice. Ooh, you might have some past lives that you're healing a little bit here by practicing your craft. Maybe you were incarnated during the wish trials, and that's something that kind of has messed with you a bit. Let me read about that card first. I feel like I should. All right, that's the element of air. And the element of air is expansion. I like that. And then you also have the third eye with intuition. And the throat with communication. Okay. 28 could also be significant. I know, so I said 27. I want to see what 27 is. Oh, 27 is a beautiful card, actually. This is the Echo Fantasy Oracle by MOOXIE. The deck is, I have a deck interview of it, and then I've been using it a lot. It's magical. Everything is under description if you want to get that. But yeah, call to practice. A witch's work is one of weaving together the multitude of nature's symbols tied to a single intention, deeper than just words of the mind, plant, stone, elements, symbols, and movements add their combined power to bring manifestation into being. Intuition and occult knowledge support each other to develop your unique practice. Do not fear, for your truth is what guides your work. Answer the calling. Answer the calling is significant. Dedication, creation, work, study, magic, practice, and intuition. Number 69, so Cancer could also be significant. You could be a Cancer. You could have Cancer in very significant placements. You could also have, like, Pisces and Scorpio. 12th house is coming in heavily. There's something about you naturally being just an occultist, like a witch, a warlock, I don't know, whatever word you want to define yourself with, but, or maybe you don't want any word. It's just, you are magical, period. Period. All right. There's a lot of like little sounds coming through with you. That's really interesting. Okay. Yeah, answer the call. I mean, that was powerful. Time to give rather than take. A new moon in Virgo. You see all that green again? Maybe offerings. Maybe you're being called to, like, you're working with certain so you might be already started your practice, and then now it's being guided towards maybe specific deities, and you're meant to. Odin came through, by the way. Whenever I read about like occult knowledge, they came through really quickly. So maybe the runes are something that you want to work with. Now I feel like pulling a rune for you. This is okay. I love all the what is it? What is the word that I'm looking for? I love the the side tracks, the side, what is it? The side hustles, the okay, so there's 2 runes out of the thing, so that's Isa and I believe Parthos, but I'm not really sure. Herkimer Diamond in here. You might have been called to pile 3 as well. All right, let's just, might be a little loud. I just want to shuffle these. Oh, one fell out. Okay. Oh, it's Givel. Okay, Givel. I'm not sure how to pronounce it correctly, but it is the rune about gifts. Okay, it's a gift. There's a gift coming your way. We are. Oh, the other one was Wunju. Okay, yeah, I'm just gonna butcher all of that. Oh my god, how interesting. The Givo is next to it. Okay. See, I'm saying it wrong because here it says Gavo is how you pronounce it. Okay, anyways. Joy. And then this one is G. The letter G might be significant. Gift, sharing, hospitality, blessing, is change of oath, generosity, and personal relationships. Maybe, honestly, with this, a time to give rather than take. Honestly, it feels like this is who you've been, and now it's being returned to you, is what I'm getting. All right. Let me just put this aside for a sec. Before I move on to the rest, I kind of wanna, okay, I don't know, I'm talking weird now. I wanna use the tarot for a second. I wanna know what this is about, because right off the bat, when I turned this over, it was like, okay, time to give rather than take. It doesn't feel like that is for you. It's more of like, that's who you've been, or that's who you are, and now it's being returned to you. Yeah, there's something about, oof, okay, interesting. 3 of Swords. Okay, yeah, something here that has been postponed for a little bit for you, and by a little bit, you know, I'm saying a little bit, but for some of you it's like years. I'm getting 5 to 7 years. Something that has been postponed, but maybe not so much postponed as, I don't want to say blocked, that's not the right word. It's just been, it's been in the works, but there were things that needed to be worked through first, and I think you've been doing that. You have definitely been doing that. I'm also getting the quote by Rumi, and I might not say correctly, but it's, the wound is where the light enters, and that's what this feels like. It feels like this compassionate, open-hearted feeling of like, activation that you've had. Maybe, yes, it started with a lot of pain and like quite literally suffering when it came to like love and connections, relationships, matters of the heart, just love in general. But your magic was activated from it because you've always had a very open heart, and that's where the magic is for you. All the green is just leading me that way. Okay. Six of Wands. Yeah, so you're meant to be successful here. Look at you. You're meant to be celebrated, cared for. There's like a wish fulfillment here. The fact that she's blue is really interesting because it makes me think of like that song Blue by and then this is Blue over here. Blue by, oh my god, what is her name? How could I forget her name? Jeez. We know what song it is. It's very popular. I'll put it down for you, but what? How could I forget this person's name? I can't even pull up another song in my head. It's like stuck. My head is like stuck. That's really interesting. Ooh. All right. Yeah. It's literally like your power comes from a place of your trials and tribulations that you've had to deal with. I'm hearing the more that you've suffered, the bigger the gift. And it's not that is like a transactional thing with the universe that you have to suffer, or God or whoever, the creator. It is not a transactional thing where if you suffer a lot, you get a lot of gifts later on in life. Or if you suffer a lot in this one, in the next incarnation, you're going to be great. It's not about that, but it is for your path. We're talking about you, Paltu, okay? It feels like you would know if I'm speaking about you, as far as like this energy of you knowing the things that you're kind of like owed in this life, right? In this incarnation, at least. Look at that, another 6. Yeah, you do know what reciprocity looks like, what balanced, healthy, abundance, passions, love, foundations look. You know what they look like now, because you've given that to yourself, and that's why it's time now for it to be like in your life. Oh wow. Forge, don't follow. Pave the new way. Sorry. Pave the new path. Be the leader you wish you had. Exactly. Look at all that green again. It's just coming from card to card. Envy. I am the same as everybody, but with different challenges. Neptune with vision. Look at that. That is actually fascinating. Wow. Billie Eilish is her name, the singer for the song Blue. I know that was so random all of a sudden, because I was like tying this blue to this blue, and then all of a sudden the song played, and then I heard her name. That was crazy that I could not remember Billie Eilish's name. How could that's crazy. Okay. All right. There's something about that, because there's a reason why I'm fixating on me, on that name escaping me. Okay. What is that about? Give me a second to like kind of refocus and see what's that about. Okay. That could be about the fact that there's something that you've, the gift that you're receiving. For some of you, it could be like a spiritual gift or gifts, and it'll be like, it'll make sense to you easily, or like you caught on to it super easily, or you know how to use it because you've been using it all along. Like, I knew Billie Eilish's name, it just, I've forgotten for a second, but I knew that I knew it, and I knew it would come back to me when I needed it, kind of like that. There's something about a contract within this lifetime of yours, where certain times where you pave your own way, where you stick to the things that you know are truly you, and you stay loving and you stay open and you stay giving, even though this is how you've learned about love in the past, right? Or about unconditional love or acceptance in general, because you paved a new way for yourself and for others, because you are an inspiration to others, by the way, which is why this kind of circles in as well. It'll be easy, it'll seem like it's really easy for you to like attune to these new gifts. You would even think that way, but they're saying here, actually, you've been practicing this all along. You've been doing this all along. You just didn't have a word for it. You didn't have a specific, what is it, description, or you didn't, something like that. It's something like that you're gonna realize, oh, I've actually always had that. I've always done that. Pisces, heavy Pisces. I told you this. Heavy Piscean energy, obviously Neptune, ruler of Pisces. Okay. Well, there you are. Green and purple and blue. That's really interesting. Ooh. That was the Seven of Pentacles. The Ten of Cups again at the bottom. All right. Let me get a little bit of information about this. I kind of know what it is already, but and it is this. You carry this mentality, quite literally, Paltu, of I am the same as everybody, but with different challenges. You've learned, there's something about you learning how to alchemize very heavy energies, and you kind of don't realize how oh, sorry, I'm being sidetracked right now, but there's something about something being at the tip of your tongue, like a word, like for example, the name of the singer that I was thinking of. Something about something being at the tip of your tongue, something very close. It makes me think of something very, very, very close. You uttering certain words that have been meant to be said by you for a while now. You've been sensing it. You've been kind of like internalizing this energy, and you're finally gonna get to like open up about it. Interesting. Someone is either saying something to you, or you're the one saying something, or both. But yeah, you've learned to alchemize very heavy energies, or just, you know, emotions, things in general that we deal with in the day-to-day life, that we tend to push towards the shadows. You've learned to like transmute that. As for example, when you feel envy, you're like, oh no, I'm actually just inspired, and that person has their own challenges as well, just like I do mine, but that doesn't mean that either of us cannot get to our goals, kind of thing, right? But I feel like this is a lot of this is projected onto you as well. Yeah, the Tower was at the bottom and I didn't take it when I asked. And look at the moon over here too. Pisces again here twice, and this is Scorpio energy, by the way. A lot of water energy here. The Tower with the moon. Holy shit. All right. I think that, yeah, that's literally in the Nine of Cups at the bottom. Yeah. Oof, a lot of pressure on my temples all of a sudden, by the way. There's like, when I tell you there's some kind of information coming in, some kind of communication coming in that is going to quite literally open up your vision here. Some of you could be seeing into other realms in the month of May, and that's the gift that's coming in, that you're like, oh, I've actually always had this. Like, yeah, it is earth-shattering for you in some kind of way, but at the same time, you're like, oh, I've always have kind of had access to this part of me. Because we can't forget that we started with the card Witch. Okay, so I think also you kind of see how you're going to be, and the fact that I'm using the word see, but you kind of are able to see the people who feel this way. There's something about recognizing how you used to act in a certain way, or the past you and others, and having like some kind of grace because of that when you are communicating with them. Oh, okay. That leads me back to the something on the tip of your tongue. You get it. It's almost like you're divinely guided to communicate. Use very specific words, phrases, tones with the people that you perceive or you see as maybe, you know, they remind you of past versions of yourself. That's you're able to approach them with grace, and then you're able to again make sure that it's like you do it naturally, but your words, your intentions, the way you speak is very activating to those people. I'm gonna read about Pisces really quickly because I feel like there's like advice. So I'm going to, it's the last card. Oh wow. All right. I am an artist. You too are an artist, whether you embrace it or not. And I feel like, yes, being a witch, being a warlock, being a magician is being an artist. You're taking one form of something and you're turning it into something else. In a way, you are making art. You're creating. All right. Art can take many forms, whether that's songwriting, painting, gardening, or even cleaning. Didn't I mention something about cleaning? You could just take it as I'm just being an artist. I'm cleaning my space. All right. You are the artist of your life. Allow yourself to experience bliss and even the most chaotic and creative expressions. Chaotic of creative expressions. Literally a tower moment. That's so interesting. Or a Three of Swords. So Pisces encourage artists to release and understand how vital it is to color outside the lines and explore the boundaries of imagination. Enter your own dream world and bring its contents to the forefront. Let your imagination run wild and take a few moments to escape from your daily routine. Pisces will love whatever it is that you create. All right. Pisces here twice, and also being represented by the two fish. That there's something significant for some of you about that too. All right. Yeah, that's all I have for you. I hope that this resonated for you. Excuse me. I'm so sorry. So interesting. I started your reading with a yawn, and then I finished it with one that's really interesting to me. It's like letting go of your energy, I guess. Thank you so much, Paul 2, for trusting me. This was actually very, very cool reading. Very different energy from pile 1, which is kind of cool. Because I feel like sometimes when I do piles, all the piles kind of take on a little bit of the same kind of energy because I feel like it's a collective. But this was very interesting. I want to thank you so much. I want to thank your spirit guides. I hope you have an amazing May moving forward. And I'll see you in the next reading. Have a good one. Hello, pile 3. If you guys picked the Herkimer Diamond, this is going to be your reading. We're going to be looking into advice for you for May. I have pre-shuffled cards, and then I have tarot on the side. And yeah, let's just get right into your reading. I feel like your energy is very present, very fast. It's just very connected quickly. It's really interesting. Okay. Something about a warm place or something, like I just feel like a warmth coming from like the left side of my body, almost like pretend like the sun was like shining on me, for example, for a little bit. It's like, okay, so my arm feels a little bit warmer than the other arm or something like that. Maybe someone is at the beach. I'm hearing you wear sunscreen. Take that as it resonates. Okay. The theme song for Dragon Scales, you know, that's that Dragon Tales, I'm sorry, from that TV show, like the cartoons is coming through for some reason. And then it's mainly because this looks like a dragon scale to me, a dragon, whatever it is that they used to travel. I don't remember now. Dragon's tail, dragon's tail. That's literally what I'm hearing in my head. Okay. Ooh, waves. Okay, the beach is definitely significant, or the ocean in general, but also the depths of your psyche, submerged into the subconscious. To me, this painting, this is, by the way, the Echo Femme Fantasy Oracle by MOOXIE. I don't know why I said it like that, but amazing activating artwork in here. This always, to me, makes me think of, all right, is she submerging and bringing the light into the darkness? Or is she quite literally pulling that light out of the darkness? And this is water element here, the crown and the third eye. 30 could be significant. Like I said, waves. Oh, the wave that you came in is significant too. Show the world the real you, full moon and Aquarius. Look at that, more water, more waves here. Okay, so something could be in the works for you since February, I'm hearing now. Because that was probably when we had a, I don't know, when they would have a full moon in Aquarius. I could be wrong. Or it's coming up in Leo season, I think. Or maybe we had a full moon in Aquarius in January. I don't know what's going on with me right now. But whenever we had a full moon in Aquarius, that's significant. If we have one coming up, it could be very significant for you too. It's just so interesting how these colors all like come together. Activated earth, power places, ley lines, trust where you're led. Okay, there it leads me back to the whole thing where I said the wave you came in. So there's something about your collective specifically. Maybe you're meeting soul family in May. I wanted to say January. Maybe you met soul family in January, and in May it's all coming together kind of way for you. Power place, it makes me think of, and leylands. Maybe you're moving in the month of May, or you're planning a move, or you're finalizing the fact that yes, you are actually moving to this place because you feel called to it there. To like your energy feels called to be there is what I wanted to say. It's also just incredibly activating for you wherever it is you're being guided to go. Maybe a place with a lot of ferns. Maybe this is just the earth kind of calling you. I can't believe that there's literally a beach back here. I never noticed that before. So maybe the ocean is calling you. There's something like about fairy dust magic around you too. May just wants to be very sweet to you is what it feels like. It wants to be very accepting of you. All right, regret. I know that I cannot change the past. Juno with partnership. Oh, that is so beautiful. The blue macaws, is that what they are? No, they're not macaws. They're parrots? Yeah. Oh, yeah, I guess. Juno is an asteroid. That little aura right here that it has is very interesting. Because it makes me think that's like your aura, or like wherever you go, Pal 3, there's something about you quite literally being activating. You bring out certain things because you're guided to like intertwine, or like have parallel lives, or have like parallel lives but sometimes cross path with people that are in like your soul family, or people you have contracts with, and they have contracts with you about activating each other. So they could have been activating for you in other lifetimes, but you are now doing that for them in this lifetime. And this is not just one person, this is a couple of people, okay? Maybe like 12, okay? And then that's what you do. Like your energy kind of like feels like a beam me up, Scotty kind of thing, in the sense of like there's something about you bringing up something in them that makes them like whole, it activates them to make them whole again. You bring light to the subconscious, but pull them out of the unconscious as well. Whatever it is that you need to do, you do it. And I think you do it because you do it by simply being yourself. And I think the regret here is that you didn't do it before, or something about like, but they're saying trust the timing of your life. Again, trust the wave that you're in, because trust the wave that you're also been riding, okay? Some of you could be surfers, or some of you could be, this could have to be with someone that surfs, because partnership is here too. But yeah, they're saying there's nothing about, there's no regretting like when it is that you started this path, or consciously, because you've always been on it, right? Or yeah, about like exploring maybe your spiritual gifts, or just spirituality in general. You're like, well, if I would have done this when I was younger, or at least 10 years before I did, I would be so much further ahead or something. They're saying no, you need to trust the wave that you're in. May wants to show you just how right you are, just how right in the right place, with the right people at the right time, for the right reasons. Oh, rabbit. 43, look at that, yin yang. Another partnership kind of thing here. The rabbit also makes me think of fertility, makes me think of spring. Very beautiful energy here. If some of you are in the market for a child, like having a baby, I think that could be significant in May for you. And then there's about like no regrets when it comes to that. That makes me think of that movie, No Regrets. The movie is We Are the Millers, I think. And then there's a character that says like no regrets. This is making me think of a reading that I did for a friend, and then I literally sent her that reference. If you're watching this, I don't want to say your name just in case, but if you're watching this, you will know who you are. Where I along with her reading, I had to send her like that little snippet of that movie. No regrets. I don't know why I'm going on a sidetrack of that, but yeah, good news around like family, relationships, partnerships. And I feel like there's something about just enjoying, like I'm hearing quite literally ride the wave, like enjoy where you're at, what you're doing, because you have to trust that you are in the right place at the right time with the right people, because you're being authentically yourself. Four of Swords. Okay, yeah. This is what I meant by sweetness before. The camelback here is making me think of hump day. Hump day. Yes. Interesting. Saturn is here too. Aquarius again, because Aquarius is ruled by Saturn. All right. So you're resting, you're recuperating, you're with the right people, being authentic, because those swords are being laid out, meaning there's authenticity. Everybody's like in the raw form kind of thing. And that's what I think I was picking up on that you do for these soul family people, that you kind of seem to be intertwining, or like what's the right word, bumping into, I would say, like not literally, but maybe you do like bump into each other, but also just like in general, whoever you're seeing again in May could be a very significant connection as well. Maybe someone from the past, or in a way, because since this is, is the asteroid. It's like, it's a rare occasion, but it is on a rotation. That's what I mean. Like, it feels like soul family, because it feels like you have contracts with each other of like, you know, every other lifetime we meet again, and here we are, and we enjoy each other's company, and we embark on the journey that we need to embark on, and we do the things that we need to do together. Ace of Pentacles. Yeah, there's something being offered to you for sure. There's like this is making me think of a compass for some reason, but wherever you're being guided, these new beginnings are being presented to you, opportunities. Again, trust where you're being led. Five of Wands, interesting. With the Hermit. Okay. The resistance here might be an internal one. It could be one of, well, I don't think I'm ready for this yet, kind of thing. Look at that, the Hierophant. The Hierophant, this looks like it's, right? It's like projecting light, and then this coming out of here makes me think of like, they're the ones sending these in, like the divine is sending this offer in, and also like looking out and saying, okay, well, are they taking it? What are they doing with it? And it looks like you are receiving the messages. You're getting the clues, the synchronicities. There's just a little bit of resistance. I want to ask about that Five of Wands. What is the resistance here? Or the like opposition to something? The Chariot. Interesting, because that's literally nothing to do with each other. If anything, these are opposite energies. Okay, one more. And Strength. Okay. Maybe this is a little bit of like the imposter syndrome, kind of like it like, sorry, my hand is itchy. Kind of feeling like, oh, maybe I'm not good enough for this, or, and they're saying, no, you are the shit. You have all the tools you need. It's time to go where you're led, quite literally. Maybe there's a little bit of a trip that you're making. Maybe you are the asteroid and you're the one who's taking a trip down memory lane, is what I just got. And it's you're going somewhere where you used to live, where you used to visit a lot. Okay. All right. And then in doing so, you actually like, you tap into this boss ass energy, and to this like, I am who I am. I'm proud of it. I'm very capable. My strength got me here. My strength would lead me forward. And then you're also like seeing someone very significant, encountering someone very significant. Or they're encountering you and they're realizing how significant you are, is what I'm getting to. Look at that. King of Pentacles. Definitely could be a Capricorn here. There's that Pentacle. Okay, yeah, I could definitely be that person that's offering something here. And they have two Pentacles. So it's like they have one for themselves and one for you. I like that, actually. It's like they're not giving from a place of half full. They're giving from a place of abundance. Just like you also give from a place of abundance. You are abundant in this energy that I was picking up on, of transformative. Because you are the Hermit, so you're able to like light the way for others who need to also take this journey. But now part of the Hermit's journey is getting out there. You know, you also got to put yourself out there because you've done this work for a reason. And the divine is saying, enough of the inner struggle of like not sharing your energy. It's time to go where you feel led to go, okay? I'm getting May 7th, May 27th could be significant. May 11th could also be significant. And then I also have to mention, I have Virgo here. Obviously, Aquarius is here. Taurus, Capricorn, and Virgo again. Cancer, and Leo. All right. Let's see if there's anything else for you here, pile 3. But I feel like we got to it. Yeah. Look at you. Very abundant, very fulfilled. Then being like at a tippy top here makes me think of like the Fool as well. Like very trusting that there's just harmony around you and there's nothing wrong and everything is just working out. The bottom of the deck is interesting. Look at the Hierophant again. You know what? This feels like the divine is saying, hey, you either go where we're guiding you to go, or we're just going to take you there anyways, okay? Be that as it may, it's not like, you know, beware. We're like, you know, uplifting your life and making a tower moment and an example out of you. That's not it. It's more of, you're going to end up where you need to end up anyways, pile 3. They're saying it's better, or it's more is more authentically you if you just follow your gut, follow your passions, follow, you know, like take heed of the things that are being offered to you that you feel compelled to actually pursue. Like trust yourself is what I'm getting to. All right, let me read about the rabbit. It was 40, what number was it? 40 something. 43. Abundance is coming to me. Hell yeah. All right. Rabbit has hopped into your life to share that good luck and abundance is available to you. This does not just mean wealth, as there are many things that one could be abundant in, definitely. Health, happiness, and the wonder of nature are all possibilities for this. You simply need to believe that you are worthy of receiving good fortune. Hell yes. You will discover that through this belief, more will become available to you. So open your arms wide and welcome all that is on its way. Yes. Look at, this is literally what this person is doing, okay? Opening wide, receiving. It's time to receive. You deserve it, okay? You deserve it. I'm also going to read about waves because obviously it's here. So the crown with divine channel, the third eye with intuition, and then water with flow, okay? That's for the chakras that are on there, and the element, and then 30. All right. Submerge into the subconscious. It is time to detach from the outside world. I feel like you've done that. When things become so complicated that nothing feels right, it is time to focus on the self. Submerge into your subconscious and unravel yourself from the timeline you've been on. Allow the passage of time's waves to create distance and dissolution. Peace is restored and rebirth is soon to come. Separation, solitude, subconscious, and dissolution. It would make sense that that's also your advice here, because I feel like that ties into the whole thing of like what I said, you're walking that very specific path that you're meant to like intersect with others. And I feel like if you don't feel like you're on the right one, it is okay to go within. But once you feel centered, once you do the work that comes along with like, you know, the triggers that are on your path for your growth and your wisdom and your soul's development, then you're also meant to just go out into the world again. It's like a constant cycle of hermiting and then exploring because you're being guided, right? And then you hermit when you need to, but then you explore again. That's what I'm getting for you. There's a lot of that in May, and it might be happening like 3-4 times during this month, by the way. Or it might have been happening already in this year. But yeah, that's what I'm getting for you. Very beautiful energy nonetheless, though. All right. Thank you so much, Pile 3, for trusting me to read for you. I want to thank your spirit guides as well for being here and trusting me to deliver these messages. I hope you have an amazing May, and I know that you will have an amazing May. And I'll see you in other readings in the future. Bye-bye.